All right, welcome to Two Guys One Take. My name is Noah, and that is Turner. And Turner, we've got probably the best series I can remember with this OKC Spurs series. I'm trying to
Mhm.
think of like what the most recent. The only series I can think of that's even been close to this entertaining is like maybe that some of those like Warriors Rockets series
Yeah,
when Harden was cooking.
yeah,
Those were pretty sick. Like, but in terms of, and then like obviously all the Warriors Cavs series in the finals were pretty fun until 2018. But like, I can't think of a recent series that's been this fun
Mhm.
in a while.
Yeah. I mean, looking back, like you said, really the Steph will with Draymond and KD versus LeBron still at the time, but the Wemby OKC rivalry is going to be awesome for years to come.
It's going to be great. And Wemby just arriving like this has been so much fun to watch. I mean, even just going back to game one, the three to tie it in the first overtime, and then kind of
Yeah,
taking over the second OT, and then kind of the the journey that he's having in his first really big tough playoff series where it's like then game two and game three they get really physical with him, they don't let him get inside, and it's kind of like questioning his toughness a little bit, and then game four he comes out and he's just like, oh, fuck it, I'm going to the basket no
yeah,
matter if you guys are going to hit the shit out of me, if I'm going to get the foul call or not. I'm just going to keep going to the basket, keep trying to get
Mhm.
position. I'm not going to let you guys keep me out of the paint like you did the last two games. And that was one of the best defensive performances I've seen just like from a team overall, because OKC is, obviously one of the best teams of the last couple of years offensively, and they just had them in timeout the
yeah,
whole game.
yeah. But I mean, credit to him because a lot of those possessions he realistically was getting fouled, but
Yeah,
he wasn't flopping, he wasn't saying anything because I mean that's like 20% of the game nowadays is like essentially foul baiting and trying to get that call, but he still plays through it, which is fucking awesome. And
yeah.
I mean, there were so many clips that came out after the game of him getting held down, him getting stepped on. I mean, like every single block out, he's getting held back by Hardenstein. Chet's holding his hand down when he's going up for a lob. Like it's just, it's crazy. And I mean, it's even more wild coming from OKC, just their style of play. And they're essentially committing the fouls that they are like flopping on the other end, like
Yeah.
just to stop this one person. But it's a credit to the Spurs team because I mean, even if Wemby doesn't show up, they still have the key like role players to like that could also shine. I mean, Vassell, Harper, and Castle,
Champagne,
Champagny, um, even who's the rookie?
Keldon Johnson.
Yeah, Keldon Johnson. I mean,
Well,
like
Harper's a rookie. I mean, Carter
that is
Bryant's a
true.
rookie. Um,
And they're all
but
playing
that's
big minutes too in playoffs. Like it's
yeah,
fucking awesome.
especially Harper. Like, I mean, I know game one was his best game. Game two and three, he was hurt. Um, and then game four, he played pretty well. But like, dude, he's supposed to be a sophomore in college, and he's
It's
playing in the Western
crazy.
Conference Finals against a team that's an all-time great team over the last 2 years. Like a really, really with really good guards, like Casey Wallace, Shea, Caruso, and he's just another day for him. I think he's going to be having Harper, having the core of like Harper, Castle, Wemby for the next whatever half decade, decade. I think that's if they can just keep those guys together, they are set up for
Mm-hmm.
awesome success. Even just keeping Harper and Wemby together, I think is just going to be the sky's the limit because Harper is awesome already,
Yeah.
and it's his first year. Um, I think, and then Keldon Johnson and Champagny, their shots has kind of left them, so I'm wondering if that's going to hurt them because Vassell has picked up the slack. I feel like we were just talking before we started recording. Every time Vassell shoots, I feel like it's going in, which was not the case throughout the season. I mean, he's a good shooter, but he's like unconscious right now.
Yeah.
So having that has been very helpful. With the big thing that stood out to me this past game, game four, where the Spurs obviously just kind of had OKC in jail, is like if J Dub's going to be hurt and AJ Mitchell's hurt, OKC doesn't really have any creators outside of Shea, and so they can just and they've been defending Shea really well all series. So they continue to do that, but it's like Chet has proven that he can't create his own shot, especially not against somebody like Wemby, which is a tall task.
Mhm.
And Cason Wallace, Caruso, those are not offensive creators. They'll make open shots, but they're not going to create their own shot really.
Yeah.
And obviously not Hardenstein. So like, if they're going to be hurt, both of them, I just don't know where they really go for offense because they've kind of cracked the Shea code. Not that they are going to like keep him from getting to his like 25 and 8 assists or whatever what he
Yeah.
averages, but it's not easy. It's not coming easy. He has to work really hard for it, and it's not efficient, which is kind of his whole thing is efficiently getting to that 30, and he hasn't been able to do that. So I, I don't know what the answer is for OKC. I know they're really well coached and that they're going to come out at home and probably play a lot better, but I don't see the answer offensively for them. It's not clear to me.
I think the you kind of touched on it, but like the injuries right now is big for OKC because one, they can't play as physical defense and like keep up that stamina and have just like their next rotation come in because obviously they're hurt and like they're gonna have to strategize more with the minutes that are being played. So I think they're just not like getting any sort of like lead because they can't run up and down the floor because when Shea's out of the game, they don't have that half court offense like you were saying, and they just rely on like playing tough defense and getting fast break points. But it's tough for them because they're just getting gassed because Wemby, Cornette. I mean, even we saw Champagny. They are going after offensive boards, and I don't think OKC is really used to that. They're just used to like playing tough defense for 20 seconds, getting the board and running. So like
Getting steals too, and they just didn't get that.
exactly, and I think they're just getting worn down from the way the Spurs are like on their half court offense, and then they're also running the floor whenever because they're playing tough defense down at the other end.
Oh
Because
yeah,
it's kind of like who's gonna run out of stamina first, honestly,
the way
and
this
like
series is going, yeah. I mean,
yeah,
I texted you yesterday. Like, both teams looked so gassed in that first half,
hmm
just out of their mind gassed. I mean, and it makes sense because this has been probably one of the most physical, fast-paced series I've seen since like those Rockets Warriors series,
yeah,
or I mean, the Nuggets Thunder series of the past couple of years have been really physical, but not fast-paced because
no,
Joker likes to slow it down. So it's just this has been up and down the floor, fast paced. They even played an extra two, an extra quarter and an extra, two overtime periods. So
yeah,
like they just have a lot of miles on them, and they're two young teams, especially like the Spurs. Like Harper has looked tired because like dude, he played for Rutgers last season. He
yeah,
played like 25 games. Like this is uncharted territory for him. Uncharted territory for the Spurs. This is the furthest that the young group has gone. And for Wemby, he has to play in these little 5 minute spurts. And when he's off the floor, I don't understand. I guess I understand why, but I feel like this. We'll see if they do it in Game Five. The move for the Thunder is to almost start matching those little spurts, like taking Shea. Shea can't play the whole 48 minutes, but like trying to find a few minutes when Wemby's off the floor for him to be out there, because I think that would make a huge difference for them offensively
okay,
and be able to get some of those easier buckets. Because Cornette, he's big, but he's not as
no,
fast and quick, and he's not as big
he's just not that
as Wemby.
presence.
Yeah, whereas
Yeah,
Wemby, like you can see guys like go into the paint and just make a U-turn because he's just roaming around like an alien.
yeah,
Like they let him basically play free safety where
hmm
he's not really defending anybody. And so the only guy who's really been like I'm going to go at him is McCain. And it worked in
which is
game 3.
crazy.
It worked in game 3. I mean, McCain went right at him in game 3 and just and scored multiple times. Game 4 it did not work. McCain was terrible. So
Yeah,
that's going to be probably a hit or miss, mostly miss strategy.
hmm
And so unless they get healthy, I just don't see the answers for them, and I think the Spurs will win the series. I think it'll go 7 because I do think OKC is going to get one of these next two games. but I think it'll be similar to game two where you're watching and you're like, yeah, I think OKC is going to win this game, but man, it's tough. Like,
Yeah.
really tough on them.
Yeah. It's gonna be weird. But like you said, I thought it was really confusing because every time like Wemby's coming out of the game, Shea is also coming out of the game. Like, wouldn't you want him in the game still for like maybe 2 more minutes and then because like Shea's not making that big of a impact on defense against Wemby, so you might as well keep him out there on offense when he's not on the floor because that's the only way that Wemby is gonna impact Shea's game.
Yeah,
So
they need to find a way to try and match the times that Wemby's off the floor with Shea being on, even if it's just like a couple minute overlap.
yeah.
They need to find a way to match that, especially if J Dub is not going to play. Because they could, and they did in game one. Like J Dub would stay out there when Wemby would leave and he would cook. I
Hmm.
just think that's like their only route to success other than getting healthy to me.
Yeah.
Um, I also think officiating has had a big, like I think in game one, um, officiating was not as big. Like I kind of liked the way that that game was officiated, but then game two and game three, I felt like they were letting a lot of stuff go against Wemby, and
Hmm.
then and that was helpful to OKC. And then game four, Caruso and Wallace like were not allowed to be physical at all. They got four
Yeah.
fouls in like 2 minutes, which
Hmm.
was frustrating if you're an OKC fan, but you also have been getting calls all year. But it's like that swayed the game because now Caruso and Wallace, even when they're out there, have to not be themselves really. So
Yeah.
that had a big impact on what was a very defensive physical game. They couldn't have their two like defensive physical guards out there consistently. And
Hmm.
so I'll be interested to see what happens in game five if it goes back to kind of letting them play or what's going to happen. But I think it's tough. Like officiating Wemby is tough because he's just so big and
Hmm.
there's so much happening down low in the paint that you can't see everything, and they're doing these like small things. And Wemby, one thing I appreciate about him is he's not going to go argue and throw a big fit. He's just going to play through it. But I'm sure in between games, the Spurs organization is sending videos to the league of like, look for this, look for this, look for the hand fighting, whatever
Yeah.
it is. Um, because that's really OKC's. It's kind of crazy. OKC is such a good team, but their only option is to basically have Harden's team just be a psycho against him. That's like their
Seriously.
only way.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. I don't, it pisses me off. And like we're always gonna get the token Shea foul every game, like one or two where he doesn't get touched and he's on the ground.
This
Like
last game, the Fox one was the overhead
that
angle of
one
that
was
Fox
really
one.
bad, dude. I mean,
The
I could
overhead
see
angle
him
of that was bad.
like Fox made every attempt to get out of Shea's way, and
Dude, his
Shea's still
hands were
like
behind his back.
Shay's like still kicking his legs out and shit and like bumps his hip a little bit. Like, come on, man.
I'm, yeah, and just going to the ground every time, like that's where he's getting the call, and that's where it's frustrating because the overhead of the game, like the live game angle, I thought it was a foul because it
Hmm.
looked like he ran into him with his hand up and that then he
Yeah.
went down. But then when they showed the overhead, Fox closes out, but then puts his hands behind his back and just kind of stands like this, and Shea falls to the ground when as
Yeah.
soon as like his foot touches Fox's like knee a little bit,
Dude,
and that's just one of those that he gets a lot. And
I've been
yeah,
seeing in the last probably 3 games watching Shay, like the amount of times that dude pushes off at the like elbow and then pump fakes. It's like, of course you're gonna get the guy in the air. You just pushed him off like 3 feet, dude. Like he has to
yeah,
contest somehow. So like get him up in the air and then just fly straight into him. Like,
yeah.
yeah, really, that's really good. Good for you. Like you got a guy in the air, but you like that is an offensive foul and it needs to be called. And I don't think he's
Yeah,
ever gonna get that call.
yeah. It's tough because I've been like a Shea, not defender of the foul stuff, but just of him as a player. Like he's a good player, and I've
He's
kind of
a
defended
great player.
the OKC style of like, hey, they're getting rewarded for it, but man, some of those are just tough. Like the Fox one we just mentioned, the one I hate and that I've always hated, Trey, whether it's Trey Young would do it, Brunson does it, Shea does it, Jimmy Butler does it, is the like you said, push off, get a guy to close out, and then run into them like with your body as you shoot. that's one that to me is just like stop calling that and they'll stop
Yeah.
doing it. And I think going
Mhm.
into next season, stop calling it, they'll stop doing it. But
I mean,
yeah,
if they're not going to call that, how are they? How can they still call like the James Harden like scoop through? Like,
yeah,
how's that still like an on the ground foul? I
yeah.
just don't
It's the
get it.
same. It's the same shit. The Chris Paul, James Harden special.
Yeah.
This the up through. But this brings me to like honestly the fact that OKC has really no answers for Wemby, and this is kind of the guy you're going to have to deal with in the Western Conference. Like, if they lose this series, what do they do?
Yeah.
Because everybody coming into the year, it's like, OKC, this is their conference for a decade because they're built for someone, and they are. I agree with that. But
Hmm.
this Wemby, when he's healthy, he's like this cheat code out there that if this is, I think what's crazy is like this is probably the worst Wemby's going to be because this
Yeah.
is his third year, first real
Mm.
playoff run. He's going to keep getting better at that.
If he stays
Hopefully
healthy.
keep hopefully keep his body healthy. That's the only thing that can really stop him. And like you can't just bank on that. So like I don't know, if you're OKC, do you even consider taking some of this draft equity that you have and maybe one of your young guys, whether it's J Dub or Chet, probably J Dub you'd prefer, and like trying to do a Giannis move, something crazy like that, just to contend with the size. Like try and keep Chet, go get Giannis and have them play together against Wemby and see if that works. I'm just thinking like physically who could match up,
Yeah,
and
that's the
the only
only
guy
thing.
is Giannis.
Like with OKC, I can see them like staying with him offensively, but like if Chet can't guard that dude, which is essentially like a photocopy of Wemby in American form, like I don't understand who can guard that man. Like Giannis, yes, maybe doesn't have like the age to keep up with him, like the
I'm
stamina
mostly just
or
thinking like physically because Chet
yeah,
is shorter and obviously not as strong. And it's
fuck no.
obvious when you watch them.
And he's
Whereas
just a pussy.
Giannis, yeah, and I just don't think he has the mentality when you watch. It's like clear he doesn't have the mentality to
Oh no.
really stay with him. He's getting big boyed. And whereas Giannis, I think, would at the very least not be scared. He's shorter, but not by much. And he's at least physically strong enough to like
Yeah.
really actually stay with him, I think, in a playoff series.
Mhm.
And that's where like this would be such a diversion from how OKC has built the team. They're not a team that's going to go out and make this big Giannis trade, but if they lose this series and they're looking at their future and like they're like we have to go through the Spurs to get there, I just wonder if they would try to maximize this Shea window and just go for it like that in that way, which would be crazy because that's not how they've gone about things in the past. But I don't know. I mean, Hartenstein is going to be a free agent. He has a team option or a player option or something. They got to figure out what they're going to do with Case and Wallace. Like, it's just going to start getting expensive. And I'm like, maybe you just, if you can get off J Dub and get Giannis in return for just like
Yeah.
draft picks and J Dub, I think you maybe try that.
I would if it was me and I had to choose between Chet and J Dub, it'd probably be J Dub. I do like J Dub more as a player, but they have so much guard presence right now. They don't
Yeah.
have their like token 7 footer that they need.
Well, and J Dub can't stay on the floor. So I just think
Yeah.
this might be like your time to sell high on him where he still has value because when he has played, he's been really good. But I
Hmm.
don't know. He just has been pretty injury prone. Chet, I still think has because of basically against any team that's not the Spurs.
Hmm.
Defensively, he's like this like presence down low that he has these crazy advanced numbers where teams just don't score in the paint when Chet's out there.
Yeah.
It's just the Spurs who have like the souped up version of him. So I
Hmm.
think you have to try and keep him because if I'm the Bucks, I'm asking for him first probably,
Yeah.
and then working my way to J Dub and seeing if I can get maybe one other guy. Like
Or
seeing if I
draft
can
pick
get
or something.
or just like extra picks because they have so many. But
Yeah. Because in a life
um,
with no Wemby, Chet's the defensive player of the year.
exactly, yeah. If
So,
Wemby doesn't exist, like then Chet is. We're not even having this conversation. OKC's probably already in the finals. They've
hmm.
probably already figured out, whatever. But I just think they're going to have to deal with the Spurs team and Wemby in particular, and they're going to have to try and figure out how they can physically match up. And the only way I can think of is with Giannis. And I just think if they run it back next year, let's say Wemby improves and stays healthy, then the Spurs are the clear favorite, which is awesome. Because I just
It's
don't.
awesome. It is awesome.
Because I like Wemby better than anybody on OKC, just personally from a
Mm-hmm.
bias standpoint. But um, it's just I don't know. We were talking about it before. I think the reason people don't like OKC is because they just some of their personalities feel a little bit inauthentic, whereas Wemby feels really authentic. So does Castle.
Yeah.
Um, Even just like the Spurs organization, historically, they just feel really authentic. Like Pop going in the locker room apparently after Game 3 and like ripping into them. That's just
Which is
badass.
awesome. I mean, and they cut to the clip of it wasn't even a clip. It was just Pop and Tim Duncan just watching the game together.
Yeah, like
That's
that's
awesome.
and I think OKC there's like just a small part of like they moved from Seattle. They just don't have like the. I think people are rooting for the Spurs in this series. Is what I'm saying. I think people
Hmm.
like the Spurs.
I mean, people hate to see repeats too. Repeats are so
Yeah,
fucking boring, especially the way
yeah.
that like the Thunder were supposed to do it. Which I'm glad that. I mean, if you think about it, if Wemby stayed, no, that would have been a
What
bad comparison. I was gonna say if Wemby stayed healthy last year, but they were kind of already
they
cooked before.
they didn't have the depth.
Yeah,
Um, they didn't have this. They didn't have Harper yet, who has turned out to be so good. And like, as much as I like Fox, like they'll have to figure out what they're gonna do with him and his huge contract at some point.
yeah,
Because I'm like, dude, you got Harper, you got Castle, you got Champagny, you got, I don't know. I just feel like they're kind of set up without him.
yeah.
Um,
They
but
just can't keep turning the ball over as much as they do.
it's tough. Last game only 12 turnovers as a team. Like that's the recipe for beating OKC. Because if you let
Yeah,
OKC start, like let's say we go to game 5, it's at OKC. If they start turning the ball over early, it could be ugly quick. That's what's crazy about this series is like we're kind of talking like OKC is dead. It would not surprise me at all if they won this game 5 and then won it in 7. Winning their next 2 home games and just losing the game at the Spurs.
hmm,
Just because they have that pedigree. And like who knows, maybe J Dub like comes back and plays game 5 and plays well. I just don't think he just can't seem to stay on the floor with this hamstring thing. And this is such a fast paced series. I just think he is just set up to not be around. So
yeah.
I don't know. I was just thinking Giannis on that, but I'm also thinking Giannis on the Cavs because they
They have to.
are
They gotta do something.
completely cooked. They are completely cooked. They can't keep Harden. I'll tell you that. Just to
No.
pivot, um, the Harden thing, he is like more washed than washed. I can't really explain it. He's like aging before my eyes. He
Yeah.
can't be in these series, these fast paced series.
And I mean, Donovan Mitchell hasn't had a great series either, but still,
No, no, he looks
those have been some
uncomfortable.
tough watches, dude.
I wouldn't be surprised if Mitchell asks out
Yeah.
after this, just because like he he looks I don't know. He just looks uninterested. So does Harden. Harden just can't turn up the intensity. We've talked about it. And for the Knicks, like this is dream scenario, dude. Like you got
Mhm.
probably the least physical team you could possibly play. You're
Mhm.
probably gonna sweep or finish
Sweeping
this off in
back-to-back
5.
series.
Yeah, but you're getting like the least physical team in the Cavs because you could have played the Pistons, who would have
Hmm.
at the very least, even if they swept them or beat them in 5 or 6, they would be getting beat up a little bit.
Yeah.
Versus this series, like they're not getting beat up at all. They're able to do whatever they want. They're going to kind of come into this. They're going to make the finals for sure. I wouldn't be surprised if they sweep them tonight, and if they don't, they're going to win it in 5.
Hmm.
If they can do that, like we think, they're going to be entering the finals with like a crazy against a team that's better than them. Whether it's the Spurs or OKC, the team that they play is going to be better than them. But they're going to be entering with a crazy advantage of like the Spurs or Thunder coming off the most physical series I can remember
Hmm.
versus just kind of coasting in,
Yeah.
having a little break,
Yeah.
not really having to worry about anything. If you're the Knicks, they're kind of set up to have a chance.
Hmm. And I mean, I thought after that first game with the Knicks and the Cavs, I was like, okay, this is gonna be a fun series. But then, yeah, obviously, that was the last that the Cavs had in the tank this like playoffs. Because
If they
every
would
game
have
after that's
won
been
that
terrible.
game, if they would have won that game, I think this would be a totally different series. But losing that game was like losing 3 games.
Dude,
Because
losing
how do you blow
20
that
point
lead
lead at the Garden,
with like
you,
7 minutes left?
dude,
You just can't do that.
no.
So that was like losing 2 games, and that was a classic Harden just doesn't do anything in the fourth quarter. Mitchell doesn't do anything in the fourth quarter. Like
Just the Brunson burner, man.
Brunson Fest, Kenny Atkinson getting completely outcoached, and I think Kenny Atkinson's a good coach, but like, dude, they've switched into Harden 7 times in a row.
Yeah.
Like maybe call a timeout. Not to go back in time, but we haven't gotten to talk about this because it was last Sunday. But like, what the hell, dude? Call a timeout. Switch up your defense. What is going on? You cannot just keep letting Brunson just cook your guy like this. And I don't know. One of my favorite things that coaches do, the good coaches do, is like, even if it's a 25-point game, as soon as the other team goes on like a 6-0 run, they just call a timeout. And they're like, no, we're not even going to let you think you have a chance to get back in this game. And Kenny was just like, you guys can go on a 17-0 run for all I care. I'm going to just keep standing here smiling like a wacko. I could not believe that shit. But the Cavs, I think, would have had a better chance if they had kept that game one, then this would be a different series. But the Knicks now are just kind of like, because going into these conference finals, I was like, all right, well, whoever comes out of the East has no chance. But now that I'm watching these series, it's like the Knicks are kind of cooking, and they're going to have such a good rest advantage and such a good just like their bodies are going to feel better. I think if they get OKC, they have a shot. If they get the Spurs, I think the Wemby factor makes it tougher. But if they get OKC, I think they have a shot because OKC is going to kind of be limping in.
Yeah. I mean, they're going to be tired, and also it's going to be a completely different kind of game plan than it would be against the Spurs. Because, I mean, that's good. Dude, that would be a fucking just mind-blowing series. Just two foul baiters. Oh,
Yeah,
my God.
I kind of hope it's Spurs-Knicks just for, well, first of all, NBA Cup championship rematch for the
Wow.
Cup heads out there.
Wow.
If anybody watched the Emirates NBA Cup,
Because the Knicks took that shit, right?
they beat the Spurs. Yeah. And so that
Interesting.
would be, that'd be kind of fun.
Fascinating.
I'm only half joking about that because I kind of like the NBA Cup, but um, I also don't want to see Brunson and Shea just head faking and falling and for a whole NBA Finals. I can't have that. Just
Yeah.
cannot have that. But I think the Knicks have a better chance than they did a couple weeks ago, just given the fact that they're going to have such a good rest advantage. And I think if they get the Thunder, you can have like a combo of Mikal and OG defending Shea, and have like whoever's not defending Shea defend Chet, and they kind of match up decent against him in a weird way. So
Yeah.
I don't know. I think the Knicks have a better chance than we thought. But if back to the Cavs, like offseason stuff, I mean, cannot bring Harden back, even though you probably traded for him, telling him you were going to bring him back. You cannot now.
No.
So they have a lot of big decisions to make. I think they're going to be either a blow it up team, like if Mitchell's like I want out, they could be a blow it up team, or if Mitchell's like I want to stay, but we got to figure this out, they're a clear Giannis team.
I just love that this experiment keeps happening with Harden. Like, okay, we'll bring him in. We're going to make the playoffs. He's going to be the guy to give us a playoff push. No.
It could
Nah.
work for us. That's every single GM is like it, but what if
Yeah,
it
but
worked
we're
for
different.
us?
But he works with us.
We're
He fits
different.
into our mold.
What is that Arrested Development scene where the guy's like, the girl's like, but does it work? And he's like, no, no, everybody deludes themselves into thinking that it will work, but it could work for us. And you're just like, what the fuck? That's basically Harden, where it's like, this is James Harden. This is what he does in the regular season. And they're like, oh, that's great. This is what he does in the playoffs, but we think we can make it better. It's kind of crazy because this is like his perfect fit too. He has two big guys to run pick and rolls with that are awesome in Mobley and Allen. He's got a second star who kind of takes the burden off him, and he just still can't do shit. I Yeah, I don't know he's going to be an interesting offseason guy, like where he ends up, because if the Cavs aren't bringing him back, then like where the fuck who is then? I don't know.
Dude, another player on that Cavs team that's really pissing me off is Max Strus.
Macho Man
Like,
Randy Savage.
dude,
He looks like
he's
Macho Man.
he does. And I don't know, dude won most improved player and then he like has a chip on his shoulder now, which really pisses me off. But
He's trying to bring the heat culture stuff to Cleveland, and
It's not the
it's not
same.
happening.
No.
He's the only guy. It's what's tough is like I'm watching this Cavs team, and he's the only guy that looks like he cares at all.
Yeah.
I just think the Harden nonchalant shit like rubs off on the team, and they're kind of a team of passive personalities. Like I think Evan Mobley's great, but he's passive personality.
Jared
Har-
Allen.
Jared Allen passive. Harden the most passive. Mitchell is not passive usually, but he
No.
has been. He
I
has
feel like
been.
Donovan Mitchell just wants to win. He's tired of the bullshit every single year.
I
He's
don't know
like,
what's up with him. The past couple series, I feel like I'm like, dude, I've watched you like go and take this shit, and you are not doing that.
no.
Um,
I mean, we texted about
so
it before. I think we were talking about Donovan Mitchell, but we are just like, what happened to this dude?
I don't know what's going on with him. I think he needs some sunlight. Maybe he wants to go to a place like Phoenix. I don't know, but
Yeah.
maybe he's friends with Devin Booker and just sees himself down there. Maybe that's what he's trying to tell the world.
Yeah. Devin
As
Booker
a
could be
totally
his number two, man.
totally unbiased Suns fan, I mean, I think that might be work. But in all seriousness, I don't know what's up with him this series. Like he just seems like I don't know. He just seems passive, and I'm not used to seeing that from him. I don't know if it's just he's checked out with this team, checked
Yeah.
out on Kenny Atkinson. I think I can tell you this. I can't wait. I hope tonight the Knicks sweep so I can keep refreshing the athletic app, so I can see the article about how much they hate each other. I'm ready for them. That's my favorite thing. Like, girls like to watch, reality TV and then see, all the drama. I fucking live for after a team is eliminated from the playoffs, the athletic article that comes out that's like James Harden didn't invite Donovan Mitchell to his birthday, and Evan Mobley Evan Mobley told Kenny Atkinson that he thinks he smells like shit. Like just like I love those insider articles where all of a sudden they're like, here's everything that happened all season, and they just dump it on you. The Rockets one was great this year. I loved that one. And
What
this one
was
I
the
think is going to
Rockets
be
one?
awesome. The
Just
Rockets one was like the Rockets one was like,
was it
yeah,
just all KD?
by the way, the burner thing was true, but it didn't affect us all that much. And it's like, he called Jabari Smith retarded. I think it definitely
That
affected
definitely
you
did
guys.
something.
And as soon as that happened, you guys went off a cliff. I think it affected something. So, so I can't wait for this one where it's going to be like James Harden. He came and he didn't invite Donovan Mitchell to his birthday, but it didn't affect anything. And it's like I think it clear something happened. Um,
What did KD say verbatim about Jabari?
he's low key retarded.
Yeah.
That's what he
God
said.
damn
Because
it.
somebody said something about Jabari not doing something on the court that he should be doing, and he said Jabari's low key retarded.
He's talking about 101 too.
Jabari should have came out and been like, "Look, I'm really into the retard maxing movement. I really like that guy on YouTube. His videos are funny." So that's what KD was saying. He should
That's
have
he
just come
wasn't
out and
he
done
wasn't
that.
dissing on me. He was
He wasn't dissing on me. He was actually giving me credit for KD and I are really into that YouTube. So
yeah.
that's our thing. We've been retard maxing. Um,
They just
but no, I'm I live for those articles, and I cannot wait for the Cavs one to come out. And honestly, if you're the Bucks, this has like been an awesome couple of weeks for you because you're looking at like OKC loses, maybe we can get them to give up too much for Giannis. The Cavs for sure could give up too much for Giannis. I mean, I
hmm
feel like you could go to the Cavs and be like, dude, we want Mobley. We want every pick you have for the next like 5 years. We want it all for Giannis because you guys are cooked without him.
yeah. At least they all have, I mean, capital.
You know
I
what
mean, the
would be
last thing you'd want to
hilarious?
see is like Giannis going to a team that like essentially wants to rebuild again. I
I
mean,
want
like
him on a team to compete for sure.
yeah,
What would be so funny is to bring back Harden, but also trade for Giannis and just have the two most opposite personalities of all time. Harden's like, yeah, I don't think I really want to stay late and get up any shots. And Giannis is like, yeah, well, I locked the gym door. So
yeah.
I think you kind of have to, dude. Like, you don't really have a choice, brother.
Then James Harden would be the kind of guy to just like sit down on the floor and like just doom scroll for hours.
He's like looking at TikToks.
God damn.
Yeah, but I don't know. But the Knicks, though, have a chance now. So I'm excited for. I think these
Yes.
finals are going to be fun. which I was worried the finals were not going to be fun, and now I
No.
think they're going to be fun. So I'm
And I
looking
mean,
forward
like,
to it.
you're excited for the Athletic. I'm excited to see the NYC talk and just
Oh God, yes.
the city just being burnt down by Knicks fans. It's the coolest thing
Wemby,
ever.
like Spurs, Knicks would just be so good for so many reasons. Like Wemby at MSG as a villain
Yes.
would be so good. Like Chalamet courtside, like yelling at Wemby, and Wemby's like, "Who is this?
He's
I
just a
can't even
little
see
man,
you. Who is this guy?"
literally.
Um, so I'm ready for that. I liked that the Cavs tried their best to compete with Celebrity Row. They were like, Travis and Taylor, please come sit courtside. Um,
But they said Travis and his girlfriend, and that's been stirring some shit up too.
that stirred some shit up. That was good. I I thought it was great the first time they cut to them. Travis didn't realize that the camera was on them, throws in a Zin, and then she points out the camera and like kind of got mad at him. And I was like, ooh, that's going to be a fight. I like that. That's good stuff.
Some good shit. That's what we need to see more often.
Some Travis and Taylor fighting over a Zin
Or
type
it's
shit.
like the Timmy and Kylie when you could tell Kylie just doesn't want to be there and Timmy's just so locked.
I saw somebody post like Kylie Jenner showing up in Oklahoma City for the finals, and it's like that Hillary Clinton like looking around, it's like a weird room. It's like, where the fuck are we? Um, she's
So
like, yeah, I think you can just go to Oklahoma City without me, or San Antonio. Um,
she made him
although
clean
she,
up too, dude. I don't know if you saw that.
I did see that.
It's
Yeah, she's
tough.
on his case. She's on his
He
case.
just wanted to look like a normal New York man that just wants to get a bacon, egg, and cheese, go to a
I
Knicks
know.
game.
Do you think here's the big question? Do you think now that Kendall is with Jacob Elordi, are we going to get a double courtside
I
sitting at
fucking
the
hope.
finals?
I fucking,
Are you not a big Elordi guy?
no, I'm sorry.
I like Elordi, dude. I think he's good, but I'm more of a Timmy guy for
I think
sure.
he's
More of
good.
a Timmy guy. More of a Timmy guy. He's a good actor. I
Why
don't
can't
know.
they?
I
Why
mean,
can't they just date like normal dudes? Like, I mean,
be funny as shit if Kendall
that would
Jenner
be
was like,
so funny. They
here's my new boyfriend,
just
Ted
like
from
some,
accounting.
yeah, some random ass, just good looking dude. Just bring him in, man. And
It's
then they're
like,
like, "Holy fuck, who is this?" And like, "Oh, this guy just works at 9 to 5."
well, that's isn't like Ariana Grande just dating like a finance guy from New
Yeah,
York? I mean, he's rich, but like he just like goes to work and he's
yeah.
like,
But I mean, yeah. I also thought that was
imagine
a
that.
cover up because I feel like she's very confused sexually, but
You don't have to get into it, but the that would be. I mean, dude, imagine like the water cooler talk of like Ted from accounting, and they're like, dude, Ted, what are you gonna do for Kendall's birthday? And he's like, I don't fucking know, dude. He's like so in over his head. He's like, I used my whole entire salary on this. We're gonna go in a helicopter and we're gonna eat A5 Wagyu, and I hope she likes
Jesus.
it. And they're like, dude, how can you afford that? We know how much you make. He's like, I can't afford it. That's the thing.
Took out a loan
Oh
just
my
for a
god,
date. It's crazy.
that'd be a good reality show actually. Like just regular guys trying to date celebrity, like high level celebrities, and like just the stress of it. Ooh,
Yeah.
I'm gonna pitch that to Bravo. I like that. Be like, all right,
I
we
mean,
go find.
there's definitely some like cheesy ass movie out there where a normal guy tries to pretend to be famous and ends up dating like a rich person.
Oh god, that's the plot
I
of
guess that's kind of Marty Supreme a little bit.
Marty Supreme a little bit. Shout out to well, Marty Supreme is just what if a liar deadbeat? What if we tried to get people to root for him?
Yeah.
What about that? Which I liked that movie, but at the end of it, I was like, so I don't want him. I don't want anything good to happen to him. I
No.
want only bad things to happen to him.
I rewatched Uncut Gems yesterday too.
Uncut Gems.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I just
Oh, I love Uncut Gems.
yeah, I feel like it's just I would take Marty Supreme over Uncut Gems now after watching it a
Ooh.
second time.
They're very similar.
They are very just like
I find
two dudes
myself
just fucking themselves over left and right.
I find myself still rooting for the Adam Sandler character and not rooting for the Timothy Chalamet character at the end of the movie, which is
Yeah.
why I like Uncut Gems better. I also love gambling, so that kind of makes me more partial to Uncut Gems. But I do like Marty Supreme. I just find myself at the end of Uncut Gems, I'm like, even though I know what happens, I'm like, oh, he fucking did it. He
Yeah,
did it. Yes. Like I almost want to just pause the movie before he gets shot in the head and just be like, "That's it. That's
that's
the
it.
end.
That's it.
That's the end." I also just, I mean, probably one of my favorite scenes in any movie is when he bets on the tip off.
He's
It's
like, oh, that could have fucked
as
us right
part of the parlay,
there.
and Garnett wins the tip, and he goes, "Oh, thank God, that would have been fucking meaningless if he didn't win the tip." And he's looking at the guys as they're sitting there, and they're like, "Okay, great, we're gonna kill you." So just we're
Yeah,
waiting for this. The fact that he has those guys in jail to watch the
the
Celtics
whole
game,
game.
the whole Celtics game, that's just fantastic cinema.
The fact that he's a
So,
Knicks fan too.
but he's on the Celts. He knows what's good for him. He's on the ticks. Um, yeah, more of an
It's like,
uncut gems guy, but I liked
what is
Morris.
it with you Jews in basketball? That shit's so funny.
That kills me. And then when they're in the back of the car and I heard you got your pool resurfaced. What? I didn't have anything. Just fucking yelling. Gets dropped back off at his daughter's recital, just all fucked up.
Oh god.
That kills me too. Let's fucking find a way to bet on this. Let's bet on this.
Yeah. Let's. You know
That
what?
that kills me too. And Garnett just as an actor,
Yeah.
I like Garnett, so that's funny too.
They should have
Anything's
just got a
possible.
great Garnett crash out though, because every time I feel like I see Garnett on the internet, it's always a crash out.
A big crash out. One of my favorite videos on the internet of all time. This is niche Twitter, but the Claro Kevin Garnett edit, where
Mm.
it's Claro, but it's Garnett dunking on people.
Oh
Top. Have you seen that?
no.
Oh, dude. Okay, I'm sending that to you afterwards. That is one of my favorite videos of all time. Um,
There's just a random video that keeps popping up on my feed. It's Kevin Garnett just like laying into Paul Pierce about something. I don't even know who it was about.
him and Pierce together is,
Yeah.
but Garnett edits of like music that doesn't fit over like basketball highlights is probably some of my favorite niche content that gets served to me sometimes.
There's been a
Um,
lot of Jared McCain ones of that.
I like that. I like Jared McCain. I like the nails. I like the weird shit that he does.
Yeah.
People know I'm into the zesty players. I like Cat. I like
Same.
Caleb. I
Same.
like McCain.
Mhm.
I'm a fan of guys being themselves. So
Mhm.
be yourself, dude. Paint your nails.
I don't know if I've brought this up to you, but my girlfriend, she obviously refers to Kat as Big Purr.
Big
But
purr.
do you know who Little Purr is?
That's Caleb.
Okay, good.
Yeah, Caleb's a little purr. I think if the Knicks win the title, Caleb might be a little purr forever.
Yeah.
But they could switch back and forth. But Big Purr, truly, I don't even mean this in a sarcastic way. Truly, one of my favorite players in the NBA. I
Yes.
love Cat. Um,
He hasn't even been
I love.
that good. Like
No,
these
he's been
playoffs.
fine this year. They haven't even really needed him. He was good in the Hawks series when they unlocked him. But
Remember him on
I
the
don't know.
Wolves, dude? He would drop
Oh,
like
of
40
course.
point games every other night.
Of course, I remember him on the Wolves, dude.
It's
He was
awesome.
awesome. I loved him on the Wolves, and I just think he's hilarious. So I'm rooting
Yeah.
for him. Shout out to Big Purr. Shout out to McCain. Any of the guys that are out there being themselves. Love you guys.
Yeah.
You guys are doing the damn thing.
And Brunson listened to Justin Bieber before every game. That
Fucking
was a great
fantastic.
take. That was a great take.
I love Bieber. Bieber's
Yeah.
great, dude.
He's been
Bieber
doing
makes
that.
great music.
Are we gonna see it? Is Bieber? Well, Bieber's a hoops fan, but who does he have a team?
Well, he's from Toronto and he's a big Maple Leafs guy, so I feel like he's a Raptors fan. But he's
Oh,
been
wait.
at Lakers games
Oh, that's
courtside
just
before.
everyone's been to Lakers games.
Yeah. Let's see. Let's Google it. Because
He's
Google's
a
always
Raptors
right.
fan, dude.
Who is Justin B? You don't like Scotty Barnes?
I like Scotty Barnes, but I don't. The fandom in Toronto, it's not
Let's
the
see.
same.
Justin Bieber.
I'm just not a big Drake guy, you know.
Oh, you're not. So you didn't like
No.
Iceman?
Fuck no, I didn't listen to it.
You didn't listen to any of it?
No, I don't support pedophiles.
Damn, dude. He said they're the pedophiles though. That's basically the whole album. Here, let me tell you the whole album. They said I was a pedophile, but I'm not. It's them. Just him singing like that.
And then like half of the verses are just being stolen from like random 90s and 80s artists.
He makes good like radio hits where like if it's on, it's like okay. But yeah, that whole beef was over at the Super Bowl. I think. I mean, dude, he went
Yeah.
on the Super Bowl and called him a pedophile.
Yeah,
That's
that's
kind of the end. He looked right in the camera and smiled about it
and I mean his rebuttal was dropping 3 albums
in one
2 years.
night.
Dude, I
Well, and the
think
whole
that's the
time he's
dumbest
like,
shit ever because like me personally, I don't have time to listen to one album through. You
but
think I'm gonna get
three,
to three?
no.
Fuck no.
But the what was I gonna say? The I forgot what I was gonna say. I just had something to say about all three albums. I forgot what it was.
Mm.
Oh, the whole time in the albums, he's basically saying that he has beef with these people, but he's not naming them. But he is naming their girls the whole time, and I just think that's a little bit weird. But
I mean, he's always been on that, dude. Like
yeah,
talking about high school girls, talking about girls that
yeah,
are his. And
yeah.
then
He's
there's
kind of
Kendrick. He's just like Drake is a pedophile. That's
so
the song.
Bieber's a Lakers fan, and he always has been, even before he moved to LA. And there's Reddit Raptors Reddit is like mad about this, and the
Oh,
Raptors Reddit is asking to ban Justin Bieber music from all of Canada because of this. Um, but
wow.
yeah, Justin Bieber. There's a piece in ESPN from 2012. Justin Bieber talks Lakers love, playing NBA 2K13,
Kobe.
Kobe, LeBron. Big LeBron fan. He frequently goes to games at Crypto.com Arena.
Ooh.
His love for the franchise stems from a deep appreciation for Kobe Bryant.
Okay, that's one thing, but you can't carry that shit over into fucking LeBron. I loved Kobe. I'm never gonna be a Lakers fan or a LeBron fan. I'm sorry.
Oh, I don't like the Lakers at all. I'm a Suns fan, so I hate the Lakers. But I like Luca, so I'm a little bit.
I also like.
What's weird is like I like Luca a lot, even though he single-handedly destroyed the best Suns team I've ever watched, and he plays for the team that I hate the most in the Lakers. So
Yeah.
kind of tough there. But bottom line is, even though the Spurs are also I guess a you know somebody that I shouldn't like because I'm a Suns fan, I want a Wemby jersey so bad, and I might just have to buy one
Yeah.
just to hang up. He's just that good.
I saw a clip also of that Spurs team and fuck, what's his name? Who was the guy that got blessed before the game? Luke
Oh,
Cornett.
Luke Cornett. Yes, Luke Cornett.
They pulled the whole team and they're like, "Who's the funniest player on the team?" Everyone said Luke Cornett.
Luke Cornett is
Yeah,
the
so
funniest on the team.
that guy's got some sort of aura that I just love about him.
Well,
Might get
Cornett
a,
does have some aura. We can finish with this. Cornett with the Nuns. Cornett writing to the league about Magic City Night and getting it canceled in Atlanta. That was hilarious. He said there's kids that go to the games and this is a strip club. This is a family environment. And then the Hawks had to cancel Magic City Night because of Luke Cornett. I mean, this guy's got motion.
he
This guy's
does
got
have
major
motion.
motion.
I don't know what else he could do. Nuns,
I like that
Magic
everybody's
City
got.
Night,
I like that
funniest guy on the team.
everybody's got the like their celebrity row, and then the Cavs were like, we have to get Travis and Taylor here. That's our only celebrities. And the Spurs were like,
Nuts.
Nuns. And also, I mean, sorry, got to just throw it out there. There was some stuff happening behind Mitch Johnson
There's
that the people have noticed.
there's a lot of things.
There's some fans that are sitting behind Mitch Johnson that the people are ready for Game 6.
Yeah.
We'll just say that the people are ready, and we'll be waiting. So San Antonio that's their rebuttal to Charles Barkley's talking about the big old women in San Antonio. They're like, oh really?
Big
Why
old.
don't you look behind Mitch Johnson? We got something else for you.
We do have some big old women.
Big old women
Mm-hmm.
in a good way.
Yeah.
Those churros down there in San Antonio, Chuck, eating those churros. Inside the NBA has been fantastic. So
That has been fantastic.
as
But
always,
the Peacock, NBC, Mello, or who was it? Mello and Tracy McGrady.
Melo, Tracy
They really
McGrady.
can't get them like some sort of room to talk. Like they're just always on the court, man.
they also just don't give me any energy.
I
And
just love looking at everything that's going on around the court. I'm not looking to them. I'm not listening to them. It's
and
not good.
I've always been a Tirico hater. I don't
Yeah.
like Tirico. I think he's fine. I think he's a dork and he weirds me out. And just Google Mike Tirico ESPN allegations and like this dude was on some weird shit early in his career.
Mike
Following
Tirico,
with
what?
ESPN allegations.
Ooh, put that in my notes.
He was on some weird shit early in his career. He was sending emails to women at ESPN, following them to their car, freaking them out. So
Oh,
he's always freaked me out. I don't like him as an announcer. So and I also hate Reggie Miller. Everybody knows I hate Reggie Miller. So these NBC games, I've been having him on mute, to be honest with you.
yeah.
I
Because
don't
who
mind
was it
Jamal
last night?
Crawford.
It was Reggie and it was Reggie and Jamal, or was it
It's Reggie,
Reggie?
Jamal, and Trico. And I don't like Trico. And Reggie Miller is my least favorite commentator in any sport
Yeah. Who's been doing with the
by far.
Cavs? It's like Ian Eagle.
Cavs is Cavs is ESPN. It's Breen, Legler, and Richard Jefferson.
I thought Breen was last night too.
No, that was Trico.
Damn it! Because I heard an ad read for Love Island, and I was like, no way, we're getting this.
No,
And
Trico
the
did the ad read for Love Island.
oh fuck! I was
But
like, this is awesome. I was like, Noah's
it
gonna
would
love this.
no, I do love the ad reads from Breen, from Harlan, but Harlan does the best ad reads of all time,
Yeah,
um, by far. But Breen, Legler, and Jefferson are good on ESPN.
yeah.
They're a good like number one team. But
I just
Reggie
hate
Miller
Reggie
is
because
just
he always talks about himself, and then he's always talking about how good whoever Shea or Chet or whatever is. And
that's not even what bothers me about. I hate that Reggie. He's either dumb or he acts dumb when it comes to like you'll be watching a replay in slow motion of what happened,
yeah,
and it's so clear what happened, and he'll go, "I don't know, Mike. I mean, is this? Did you think he did it on purpose?" And you're like, "Hey, Reggie, shut the fuck up, dude. He clearly did it on purpose. So clearly he did it on purpose. I just want to grab
dude,
him and be like, dude, stop."
nightmare play-by-play. Tony Romo with
With Reggie,
with Reggie.
Tony, Reggie, and Trico
Just
calling
knowing.
calling like a football game,
Oh God.
calling a game that they don't calling a baseball game. They're like talking
Is
about
that a
Aaron
hit?
Judge.
I don't know. Never.
That's a
What's it called?
the Yankees have scored 5 points. Look at all the points they've scored. Now, I don't know, Reg. Was that a home run? I don't know, Reg. Here we go. Oh my God, I couldn't handle that.
No, I would fucking lose my mind, dude.
On that note, go Knicks tonight.
Crazy tangents.
Yeah. There's some tangents for you guys. We need the Athletic article about the Cavs. So go Knicks tonight,
Yep.
and we need the Spurs and OKC series to go 7. So make it happen, boys.
Yeah. They should. Yeah. They should also just carry that series over into the finals.
Just hey, we decided Knicks. We're gonna give you a really cool silver trophy. It's gonna be awesome, but we really
Yeah.
want to see Spurs OKC twice. So here we
Sorry.
go.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry to you and your fans.
Good luck next year.
Good luck to you and Timmy next year.
Hell yeah.
Everybody comment and like. We're on the road to 70 subscribers.
Please
64.
subscribe. I was gonna. Is it
Slowly but
64
surely.
now?
We're at 64.
I was gonna. 64. Let's go, boys.
Slowly but surely, boys, we are getting there.
Road to 70.
Slowly but surely, we are getting there.
Hell yeah. Well,
So keep it going. Like,
keep it going.
subscribe.
We'll see you next time.
Peace.
Peace and love.
Love.